Hello, hello. The opinions expressed in this live show are individual and are not necessarily representative of SpiritLive or Toronto Metropolitan University. Welcome everyone back to Little Monster Radio. My name is James Alloul and I am your host. Today we have a very exciting week. We are going to be talking about Gaga's third album, ARTPOP. It's going to be a time, y'all. ARTPOP is something. It's one of her most provocative, interesting, and controversial albums, I would say. ARTPOP is sort of remembered as this album that flopped. It was like a flop era at the time. And we're going to talk a little bit about the reasons behind that and like maybe why it's seen differently today. So I'm going to introduce our guest, who is an expert of Lady Gaga, I would say. I would say that you are an expert. You're a scholar of Lady Gaga. An ARTPOP fan to the T. Well, please welcome Mustafa. Hello.
Hello. I hope I do justice to such kind words.
Well, I think it's very true. You know, when I first met you, like I was like, wait, okay, this is a Gaga diva down, right?
That is so funny because when I was doing my first year assignment for 104, which I'm guessing you did.
Yes.
Or are doing.
No, I did it last semester, yeah.
When I was doing that assignment for 104, I had a podcast where I had to do an interview, and my podcast was on ARTPOP. And so I said the same thing to Eliza. I was like, I didn't even know who you were, but I knew you were a Gaga diva. And I had to have you on my podcast. And now I think the circle it's finding its ends and closing. So that's beautiful.
It's like the cycle of Gaga history repeats itself. Really, it really does. And I did listen to your podcast. It was fabulous, of course. And I feel like, yeah.
Sorry, you found me like literally like just entranced by your words, falling asleep at the wheel over here. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, also, yeah, I forgot to sort of introduce this in my intro of Mustafa, but he is a third-year media production student, so he is experienced with all this SpiritLive radio Gaga stuff. So thank you so much for stepping up to help with some of the technical aspects of today's show. But yeah, so in your podcast, first, okay, you're an ARTPOP expert. I know it's your favorite album, right? This was one of the first things we talked about. But another conversation we had at the beginning of when we met was the sort of idea of Gaga being for the gays. This doesn't really have much to do with ARTPOP, but I feel like it's an important way to sort of establish the message of the album, right? So Gaga, she's an ally down, right?
Of course.
She's for, like, she's as we talked about last week in Born This Way, she was very excited and like passionate about, you know, standing up for gay rights. And obviously she's just her like iconic looks, like that enough makes her a gay icon, right?
Yeah. I think the thing about being a gay icon is these boys and girls and everyone in between, they have to just like want to live through you know what I mean? And when you serve it, when you wear the clothes, when you do your acts, when you do your behaviors, it has to like entrance, you know what I mean? It's like there's some pop stars where I'm like, I don't know if you're for the you're for the gays, and I'm sure you love the gays, and I'm sure you love having gay fans, but the thing about it is, it's like when you serve, are you serving in a way that's heterosexual or homosexual? And that's just it's a fine line. It's a fine line that you can't cheat at.
No, I agree. There's something about like the way you carry yourself, I think, as a pop star who, like, I don't know, that like if you do things like unashamedly and unapologetically that are sort of like mean or like, I don't know, like freaky.
Something that's just so like toss the boa, step out in your clonkers, chomp on the sidewalk. It's like some things like that where it's just, I think we just love a bit. We love a bit. We love a behavior. We love a goop. We love a gag. We love a trick. We love a trade. And so Gaga's everything down. It's like if I was conscious and aware of it and I was like, she's wearing meat, I would have gagged back then. She's a helicopter. I would have gagged back then.
Yeah, it's just like the creativity of it all, I think, like sort of speaks to the community that's like always been on the margins of like, you know,
of course,
you know.
And the thing about her is oh my goodness, let me stop falling asleep at the wheel over here.
You're good.
The thing about her is that she's someone who's positioned herself as in pop culture as an outsider, you know, through the things that she wants to do, her artistic expressions. She's kind of put herself in like this kind of position where it's like, I'm the freak. I'm the freak. You might not like me, you might not understand me, but I'm on the edge of culture.
So yeah, this is exactly what she sort of established for herself in the last two albums. We talked a lot about like the sort of monstrosity, the sort of outsider misfit energy she gave in The Fame and Born This Way. But okay, I do want to start talking about art pop, but like, yeah, I wanted to bring up this thing that I've been seeing recently, like especially through my Gaga research that I've been doing for this show. A lot of like straight gym bros have started using her music at like in their workout videos, like slowed down versions of like Paparazzi and like Bloody Mary. And like, what do you think about that?
Two things. I think number one, everything is not what it seems. It's like it could actually be like these could be your undercover queers and you don't even know. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe that's a sign that they want you to walk over to the bathroom and ask them a question. But also it could just be this thing where it's like Gaga's been around for what? I think going on 19 years, 20 years now. I honestly think that she's just cemented a legacy where she's like an Elton John, you know what I mean? Like she's just, when you think of like a popular, iconic artist, like she's kind of there. Like we're going to get to a point where her face is just randomly on t-shirts and Urban Outfitters. You know what I mean?
True.
It's like, she's kind of like she's going down a Freddie Mercury path where it's like, I can imagine people down the road not even knowing a Gaga song, but knowing her iconic face, iconic album cover, iconic visual.
Well, and I think the message from that is that, yes, she's for the gays, right? But she's also like, I think she's tried to position herself that her art is for everyone.
Now.
It's accessible it's for everyone. Which I think leads us directly into the themes of art pop, right?
Yeah.
Because art pop is an album where she's basically saying like, look at me, I'm throwing all these experimentation and this art at you. It's for you. Like, right? Like she's saying like, you know, here I am.
Art pop is a beautiful album to me, to the fans, but I think for many people at the time, I do find there is this kind of phenomenon that I've noticed, and I guess it's maybe a phenomenon just in the sense of like it's just a thing that happens so often, but I think when it comes to a point where an artist is like, this is going to be my artistic voice, I have something I want to do, I want to make a concept top to bottom, I find that the audiences kind of like have a hard time with those albums sometimes. I think about like the new Miley Cyrus album that she just put out, which I honestly think is my favorite thing she's ever done. That literally came off the heels of Flowers and it still made no noise. You know what I mean? I just think that sometimes that people don't have an appetite for something a little bit more conceptual when an artist kind of tries to, it's like this, but it's also like this. And when you listen to it, I want you to think of this. Sometimes people's eyes roll over, and I think there's just a lot of things that kind of go into art pop being one of the few moments in the Gaga iconography where people couldn't just sit there and smile and love the new song. You know what I mean? There was just too much. There's more that came along with, I love the new song.
Well, yeah. And I think that she really cemented like this sort of dark, like sexy identity in The Fame and Born This Way. Like this sort of like very strict image, right? Like, I mean, she was always shocking us, obviously, with her like costumes and her, you know, different musical experimentation in the first two albums. Like, it's not to discredit those albums, but I think art pop is just something that was wildly different. Like, she took a very different approach to her music and her like appearances.
I think something that's just an interesting thing to, it's like it's different, but at the same time, it's certainly an evolution. I think it's with something like with what Gaga was doing on The Fame. The Fame is kind of like her first pancake, you know? Like, I think you get the sense of, I think it was like Marina from like Marina and the Diamonds who said like, she's very interesting visually, but I don't know if the music is as interesting as the visual, kind of where it's like pop music, not yet with the Gaga moment. It's Gaga does the radio and then goes to Fame Monster. Gaga reinvents the radio. Come to Born This Way, Gaga does it kind of, she's doing the Fame Monster thing, but sharper. Nice, amazing. I mean,
More
hard to say sharper because, you know, Fame Monster,
also
top
amazing.
to bottom, so strong. A lot of people think best Gaga album. But I think art pop is a natural progression. I just think, I don't know if people expected her to wear a meat dress in Born This Way and then take it to another level. I don't know if people thought
in art pop,
exactly turn into a helicopter to do the whole thing, walking out the building every day looking like Aphrodite or Picasso. I don't think people thought that. I don't think people thought that once you wear the meat dress, there is another area you can go. And I think once you do the meat dress, obviously the next thing you do is going to be even crazier.
Yeah. Right, because she already was like shocking, right? She was all like, it's like I said, it's not to say that the first two albums weren't shocking. They were like, people were like so surprised by everything she was doing.
She had great antics.
So she had to. It's almost as if she had to go like a whole other way, and I think that's what art pop was. But I think we need to talk a little bit about like how did this rollout happen, right? Like what was the sort of history behind it, right? So she was doing Born This Way, and then she had like a rollout in 2013 where she, you know, released some singles that were like, I think Applause was leaked to the public. She had like a public feud with her manager, some very nasty public breakups.
Yeah, I think that the art pop era was kind of a first fumbling in many senses before the Amazon package even hit the doorstep, because Born This Way, big slamming success. She, you know, sells it. I believe at the time, I think it's kind of important to the history of art pop to mention that when Born This Way was selling, at least for the first week, she did, you know, she dropped the price one day to $1. She was able to sell 1 million copies. 1 million copies sounds great on paper, but when your next album sells 258,000 copies, that makes that sound like a
Flop.
Colossal flop, because that's approximately 1/4 of the sales. Your last album put up 1 million sales, had big singles, number ones, I believe, I think. And so that's just one part of it. Born This Way being such a monstrous thing, you just have that pressure to follow it up. On the Born This Way tour, she breaks her hip. Big, you know, defining thing, you know, the Do What You Want video, which I was just rewatching this morning. I was like, I forgot that she mentioned, you know, breaking her hip. You know,
she has a music video for Do What You Want.
It's that there's history to that. It's
with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh God, I didn't watch that, so
because it's redacted. It's like it's not on the internet.
You have to like find it.
It's in bits and
corners.
pieces and scripts and scraps, but it's kind of like that Madonna thing where I'm a big Madonna fan, and sometimes the thing will be like, I imagine if you're a Madonna fan, you were so like, this video will only be played once. It's kind of like, it is kind of iconic to have a video that is so scandalous it can't live on the internet, but for the reasons to be so scandalous, like in art, like what you're saying, like the first single of Art Pop, Applause, was, you know, great song, iconic song for the gays. I remember when I saw it changed my life forever.
We're gonna talk about Applause later. So
okay, so Applause, first single, that single comes out, and there's this, I don't know if you saw this hilarious kind of thing that was happening at the time, but that was 2013. You know what other pop diva was releasing in 2013?
Katy Perry?
Catherine Hudson, Katy Perry. And she was, it just so happened that she was doing her monstrous roar. She was roaring loud, roaring proud. That single hit number 1 on the charts. It came out the same week as Applause. Applause hits number 6 on the charts. It's a big thing of who's going to hit number 1, who's going to hit number 1. Katy Perry hits number 1. Gaga tweets something along the lines of, Katy wins, Gaga loser flop, art pop dead in a ditch, something like that. Just because, like,
so funny.
It's just, I guess it's just not selling, not clicking. Next single is Do What You Want featuring R. Kelly. which is a good song on paper, but also not the same groundbreaking, monstrous success. Honestly, I believe the highest charting single other than Applause, which is so funny, is Dope.
Yeah, that's what I learned in I watched like a little video yesterday. And
Yeah.
it was telling me that like Dope was the only other, like it charted like 6, and it's like a slow song, which is, and we're going to talk about all the songs.
Terrible. I just have to say, just poor single choices in my opinion. But
right, because that's very important too with the release of an album. You
of
know,
course,
like picking the singles that are going to be on the radio, especially. I mean, now it's maybe a little less important because the radio is
kind of just. It just helps you kind of hit number one.
But like especially in 2010s, like this is important stuff. Like picking the right single. Okay, I want to talk about our first song, Aura. It's the first song of the album. It sort of introduces a lot of these themes that we were talking about how, you know, Gaga is ready to reveal more of herself to her audience, right? Like in Born This Way and in The Fame, she's very much closed behind this facade of like, you know, wearing these kooky crazy costumes and like just like she wears sunglasses a lot. She wears like a lot more, like she's always like sort of hiding behind this persona.
Enigma pop star is fun.
Yeah, exactly. Enigma pop star is fun. And I think we're gonna listen to a little bit of Aura. So if you could just go to the tab, we will turn that on. Oh, that's the wrong song. That's Mayhem, guys. I don't know why that's playing. Save that for week 6. Okay. Yeah, just play that. Is it not playing? What's going on there? That's Do What You... Yeah, okay. That's Do What You Want. Okay. You know what? I would have liked to play some Aura, but I fear we are running out of little time. So I think we're going to just... We'll tell you about it instead.
I mean, it might work now.
It's because that I set up that page to do What You Want because it's not on the albums anymore. So
It's just out of playing.
Okay. Oh, there we go. It's playing a little bit.
On Highway 10. Put the knife under the hood. If you find it, send it straight to Hollywood.
If you want to guys, it's always an adventure playing around with the computers in this room. So we're just gonna move on from showing that
They
song.
want to silence art.
They want to silence art pop, guys. God, what did she say? Like art pop loses, flop era.
Katie wins. Gaga loses.
Katy wins, guys. This is Katy Perry's fault.
Katy Perry has done a lot of evil.
She really has.
I'm not saying Katy Perry is evil. I'm saying she's done a lot of evil.
You know, like Justin Trudeau, but that's something. Okay, but this isn't the Katy Perry. You see, she was winning. Okay, stop it, Katy. Stop it. Aura. Basically, I think I sort of like the first line of Aura. It's the first line of the album. I killed my former. Right? She's saying I'm killing my former self and I'm reinventing myself into something new. And I feel like this is sort of like a great way to tell us what she's trying to do in art pop. She's going in a different direction. And now she's going to let us maybe peek more into her like personal taste and personal identity that she isn't like necessarily fully crafting. I mean, it's all crafted. It's all carefully crafted. Like that's what Gaga does, right? She plans out her every move, but she's maybe telling us a little bit more about like the things she's interested in and the things that she's thinking about at this time, right? And she's telling us like, do you want to see what's behind the aura?
This is a perfect album opener. Not only is this a perfect album opener, this is a perfect album thesis. For an album like Art Pop, I do like that it has its bookends, and it kind of goes from Aura, and then I would say and then Art Pop title track feels like My Chromatica too. And then I would honestly say Gypsy or Applause. Either one of them could be my Chromatica.
For our viewers at home, because we haven't discussed Chromatica yet, Chromatica 1 and Chromatica 2 are like instrumental tracks.
Transitions, basically just reminding you that this is kind of an overall project, overall thesis, overall narrative. For Chromatica, it's, you know, this is a place. Chromatica is a place, it's a feeling. But I mean, Aura is such a, it's such a beautiful thesis because I think it talks about where she's been and where she's going. Because first of all, what are the theses of the album? Dance, sex, art, pop, tech. Dance, sex, art, pop, tech.
She says that in a very robotic voice.
Absolutely. And I think that's it. Those, if you had to define Gaga in 5 words on this album: dance, sex, art, pop, tech. Every single bit of it. Dancey music, electronic music, sex, her horniest album, I would say. Art, it's all in the name. Ready to do Picasso, ready to do Michelangelo. Pop, listen to the... Are we listening to the music? Tech, she's literally a helicopter on stage.
Turning herself into like a computer, like this app that she made an Art Pop app.
And that's another part. That's when you make an app and the app flops, where do you go from there?
Yeah. Okay.
But, yeah. She's not a wandering slave. She's a woman of choice.
Exactly. Like, she's basically saying, like... Okay, well, first of all, another thing about Aura that's interesting, it used to be called burqa, right? And that's a very interesting thing. Like, and she still mentions burqa, like, several times in the lyrics. What do you think about that?
I love that lyric. Enigma pop star is fun. She wear burqa for fashion. It's not a statement as much as just a move of passion. I think it's basically just saying, like, whatever feels right. Like, her as an artist, she concealing. It's not because it's like, I do this for policy. It's like burqa. Like, obviously those are worn because people have real incentive to wear those. But for her, it's like, I mean, I don't know if, I don't even know about political correctness or whatever, but it's like, it's not even that I have to. Something is telling me that I need to. Something's telling me that I want to. It's not even that it's a statement. It's just something that feels right in my body. And
she's saying, well, I interpret it as she's saying, switch the thing. I think she's saying, like, I hide myself as a choice. Like, I'm hiding, like, for the past 2 albums, like, I've been hiding myself as a move of art, as a move of passion, and now I'm gonna show you a little bit under that veil that I've created, right?
Yeah,
that's how I interpret. Like, she's saying, like, this is like I've been intentionally hiding myself.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing about Gaga that I think everyone has, known for the longest time. I don't know if I saw Gaga's face until she was doing the Super Bowl. She's an artist where you know her because, like, when she came on Drag Race and, like, people didn't recognize her until she put on her glasses. That's the type of pop star that she is. Sometimes you don't, at least at this era of time, you're like, you don't know her until she's glasses on, cigarette in the mouth, rah.
Well, yeah, it's like I was saying, like, she's literally, like, she built up that facade in the past 2 albums. Like, people, like, we did not see, like, a natural Gaga until, like even this album, she starts doing it, I'd say. Like, this is, like, where she sort of, like, starts to bridge that gap. But before, everything is so, like, pomp and celeb and just, like, costume,
Yeah.
Anyways. I could talk about Aura for a long time. We have so many songs to get to. I don't even know how we're going to have the time.
We could do Thesis. Go. Next song. Thesis. Go.
Art Pop low-key needs to be like a 2-hour episode, guys. So
always.
I wanted to talk about Venus very quickly. I don't want to skip that one. Just, like, we're just going to... I think now we're going to do, like, a little bit of a speed run of the songs that I wanted to talk about. Venus... is probably one of my favorite songs on Art Pop.
Gay classic.
I I feel like it's so iconic. Like I love like walking down the street and being like, Neptune.
Go. Now serve Pluto.
I love the planet. Like it's so fun. Like you like, don't you
know my ass is famous?
Okay, I want to play it, but no, we're not going to play it because like the.
I'm sorry. The computer is a little bit of a.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
But Lady Seashell Bikini, like Venus, like she. Oh yeah, the
Aphrodite Lady Seashell Bikini.
That imagery comes through a lot. Like she's very inspired by Botticelli's Venus in this album. Like it's on the cover art, like sort of, well,
her best cover art in my opinion.
Oh yeah, the cover art's like fabulous. It's like, it's sort of like for people who like I would get a visual up, but we don't have time. But like it's basically like a statue of Gaga on top of like a globe, and then there's like sort of fragments of like art and like modern art. And I feel like it literally like it tells you the story of the album just by looking at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did you have anything last minute to say about Venus before?
Venus is one. I actually had this debate, and I know we have no time for it, so I'm just going to put it on the table and let it go forever. Venus, I was talking to Eliza, and I was like, if I could only play one Gaga song that defines her. At first, I said Venus. Everyone disagreed with me, and I understood why they disagreed with me, because it was like, okay, maybe this is like one of the more poppy pop songs. I mean, every song on that record is pop, 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 pop. This song is just, it's delectable. Rocket number 9, Take Off to the Planet Venus.
It's just so like you have her powerful vocals, like her growls. You have like the classic techno sound that defines art pop, and I think what this song really boils down to, and it's like a big theme, like you said in the album, sex. It's about sex and sexual desire, which is basically like explored in many songs. I know your favorite is Sex Dreams, which is not a song I'm super familiar. Like I know the song, obviously I've listened to all the songs, but like it's not a song that I play so much. So can you tell me just a little bit about why you love that song?
Sex Dreams is just crunchy. It's like granola bar. Like last night, it's just this.
It was kind of trashy.
Absolutely, it's this perfect dialogue of someone so scandalously, sensually revealing. Last night, you were in my sex dream. And you and me were doing kind of nasty things. Just the back and forth. Last night, our lovers quarrel, and I was thinking about you. Hurts more than I can say. Just a perfect, gentle dialogue, back and forth about someone who's just, I don't know, have a couple drinks and.
Yeah. Well, she does that a lot. Like, she does, like, that sort of, like, like, freaky, like, vibe a lot in many of her songs. But I feel like in art pop, it's really explored. Like, she really explores like this like desire, right?
Absolutely. I just think I'll say very quickly, it's just I think when someone, I don't even know, I think at certain points, and I think in my own life as well, I think people will just like get to a point where they're like, I just need to feel like myself in my body. And I don't know why, but when I listen to art pop, I really do get the sense that it's like, I feel like she's really, I know she's, I can't say any time before, but this time I feel like she's in tune with every single finger, every toe. I feel like she...
Meditation core.
Absolutely. I feel it. And I feel it in tracks like this where you're able to... Here I am, I feel this.
Yeah. And then there's also GUY, which I don't think we're going to really discuss. It's a great song too. It's like very witty, very like pun, like, but also the music's great. Like,
I don't think there's a gay in the world that doesn't love this song. It's the best song ever.
It should be GAY for real.
Absolutely.
But no, it's so like both of those songs are just great because like, I think they really introduce this sort of like techno sound that we hear in all throughout art pop. She's really exploring with music and like this sort of EDM techno vibe, which I don't think was very mainstream at the time. I mean, like people were doing it. There's obviously like huge history of techno and EDM communities, but like she was like a mainstream artist bringing it into her music.
And I think something to be said about it is when you think about it's something if you're a techno fan, I think art pop is one of the few albums from that era that I could listen to in 2070. I don't think this album has aged. When I listen to it, it doesn't feel like 2013. When I'm listening to Is It Too Late Now, that feels like 2016.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I'm listening to Turn Down
When you're
for
listening
What?
to Roar, Katy Perry,
That feels like
that's
2013.
2013. You're
When
right.
I listen to Guy, Sex Dreams, Venus, Aura, all the songs that we talked about, I'm not even thinking about
Yeah.
time. Because this song
It's
is so
timeless.
3008. Everything else, 2000 late. Over.
It's timeless, and it was avant-garde, right? Like it was people just didn't get it for its time, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna just do a speed run of a couple songs before we get to Applause, which I think needs a really long discussion because I love Applause. But so, Do What You Want. We talked a little bit about the controversy with R. Kelly. So it was a duet between her and R. Kelly. R. Kelly, as we know, sexual abuser. Did not age well. The song was actually removed from her Spotify. And she re-released a version with Christina Aguilera. And I do love the song. I think it's a really what I think the song talks about, and I think that's why it's also sort of weird that it was with R. Kelly at first, is because I feel like she's talking about like both this sexual desire thing that we were talking about with Guy and Sex Dreams and Venus, but also this idea of like being manipulated, being like handled by audiences and the public. Like, do what you want. Like when I'm on stage, my body belongs to you when I'm on stage, right? So they're both saying like I'm a celebrity and basically like you guys own me, right?
Absolutely. I think that this is a song where she knew what she was doing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like R. Kelly was innocent until thing. It's like he had his legacies about him a little bit. So if you're Gaga and you do like the scandalous thing, it is scandalous on paper to have a song "Do What You Want," lyrically "Do What You Want with my body." Like you can't have my mind, but you could do what you want with my body. It is as simple as that. It's like someone who kind of has like that's it. Kind of precisely what he on paper. That's what he did.
He did what he wanted with people's bodies.
But I think this song the sentiment is so strong. The concept of it is so strong. It's like for her as an artist, like when I think about like something like Sex Dreams, it's like for some people, it's like it isn't an act of intimacy to be bra and panty seashell bikini because that's just what she's willing and ready to bear. For her as an artist, she doesn't have a problem, being bum cheeks out, boobies out, dancing around, because that's just what it is.
So
but
true.
The thing that's precious to her, that's sacred to her, is that this is my mind. This is my conscious. These are my words. This is my artistic expression.
I'm sharing with you. Yeah,
absolutely. And I just love that there's just this perfect. It's just like a star, a perfect connection of everything. Where she's an artist fully in tune with her body on this record, but she's an artist fully just indulging her mind.
Yeah,
her creative impulses. Like any idea that she has, her biggest ideas. It's like this is the precious part, the sensual part, sexy part, beautiful part. My body beautiful, but the amazing thing about this is my mind putting this together, the artistic expression of it all, art pop.
And we were going to talk about Swine. I think Swine explores similar themes, like about like being owned by like the industry. It's a great song, love it, but we're going to skip it for Applause, because I think Applause really like it's the most popular song from the album, but I think it sort of like really encapsulates what you just talked about, right? Like it's about, I think applause and like this whole idea about like people cheering and approving of you is what she's sort of being tongue-in-cheek about. She's saying like, here's all the, and especially since it's the last song on the album, like she's basically saying like, here's all the art I presented you. Will you like it? Will you like me? So I'd want to, I'm going to get your thoughts on Applause, but first I want to do like sort of like a little lesson, a little academic lesson, because fun fact, I wrote an essay about Applause for my media theory class last semester.
Listen up,
guys, listen up. And which is really funny because we both twinned and did a first semester Gaga project. We both had the same instinct, Gaga project twins. So yeah, basically the main point of my essay, like, and I feel like this applies to everything we've been talking about, is that Gaga is using applause as a way to commodify and objectify her own identity. She's basically saying like, I am a product for you to consume. You're applauding for me. Your approval of me is sort of like your currency, right? Like that's what she's saying. And she's basically saying that like she is the art for people to consume. Like pop culture wasn't art. Now art's in pop culture in me. She's all these things. And yeah, like there's so many lyrics in the song, like I stand here waiting for you to bang the gong, right? Like she's saying like she's waiting for her audience to like approve of her.
Yeah.
All these sort of things. And like my main takeaway from all of that was like, and I think it sort of brings a good question about the whole album. Does she like this idea of being like commodified and objectified as a celebrity, or is she like criticizing it? And I think that sort of like duality is explored throughout all of her work, and especially in art pop, right? Like she's basically saying like, here I am, but like also you're like objectifying me, and you're yeah.
I think it's just one of those things where it's to be perceived and to be, you know, gifted with other people's, you know, active thoughts about you. There's at least, I would even fathom, tens of thousands of people that think about Gaga at least once a day. Mm-hmm. More. She's someone who's heavily thought about, and I think that's something that you fight for. Like that's something that she wants. She set her sails out to have this. She wanted to become a star so that she could be known, so that she can be perceived, thought about, so that her actions could be considered by other people. So I think that for Gaga, you can't use my mind, but do what you want with my body. I think it's like she really likes when she gets to share her mind with the world. I think that's a part that she really does enjoy, where she gets to sing her songs, where she gets to share her thesis. I think Gaga's an artist that really likes to have a thesis, especially on this album. Pop culture wasn't art, now art and pop culture in me. And then teaching her seminar every time. Honestly, when Gaga's doing her stage performance, she's doing her seminar. She's basically saying, "This is what I found. This is what I've learned. This is what I'm teaching."
Well, yeah, and I feel like art pop is almost like an academic work, like a little bit. Like she takes all these art references, all these references to her past and to her identity, and she makes it something that people have to sort of unpack. Right? Like, and especially in Applause, the music video is so rich with cultural references and pop culture and art. Like, you know, you have like The Birth of Venus we were talking about, but we also have like, she throws in Marilyn Monroe. Like she's in a cage, like with piss blonde hair as Marilyn Monroe, and comparing herself to like another sort of like not flawed, but like, you know, like ill-fated pop.
But like Do What You Want, like you be Marilyn, I'm the president.
Yeah. And then like,
love to hear you sing.
Yeah, like there's another striking image we have. Like we definitely have to move on from Applause, even though like I wanted to talk about this for 10 minutes literally, but we don't have time.
Let's hear.
But I just wanted to say like the sort of like, you know, like she has like these glove boots.
That's what I was gonna bring up.
Yeah,
like 30 minutes ago. That's my favorite visual.
It's because it talks exactly about what we were saying, right? Like she's being handled by the audience. She's being handled by the public. And she's basically saying like, you can mold me into the art that you want. My art can be anything, right? My art pop can be anything.
Yeah.
You can take the message you want that I'm giving you, and you can handle, you can do what you want.
Yeah.
Right? She's saying like, I'm basically like becoming a public commodity.
I imagine as a public figure, you stop becoming, you know, flesh and body, and you start just becoming a concept of things. Mm-hmm. Like when I think about, like, for example, I think, like, I mean, it's such a big name to just toss on the table, but like when you think of like a Taylor Swift, it's like that's not even like, you can't even think of her like a person. She's a concept that defines the world. Because if you don't like Taylor Swift, it's because you feel this way about this, and you feel this way about this, and you think people shouldn't be like this. And for like a celebrity like Gaga, it's like you can't just take it as a person, because their values, their iconography, they're what they stand for. It's just so huge. When you hold space for Gaga, you're not just holding space for a person that walks around and drinks coffee. You're holding space for a person who encapsulates messaging, ideologies, beliefs.
She's she's crafting her whole self into like this thing to be explored by the public, right? Like it's yeah. So yeah, I love that visual. Like, and then she also like shrink, like she's a statue and she shrinks. The whole thing. Oh yeah. Another more quick thing to say before we move on. Like Jeffrey Koons designed the album cover. Yeah. She references his name in the song.
Yeah, 1 second, I'm the Koons, since suddenly the Koons is me.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like she's becoming the art, like you said. And I think there's a couple other songs that sort of represent like what you just talked about, like, you know, like this idea of people becoming a concept, right? Like we have Donatella.
Yeah.
Who's Donatella Versace, of course. We literally have like 8 minutes left in the show, so we don't have time to talk about like a couple of the other songs. But Donatella, right? Like she's like a fashion icon, and she's basically making a song that's like, oh, here's the concept of Donatella, right?
Yeah.
But she's a person, but she's also a concept. And she just ate a salad today, boulangerie. Right? You know,
what do you want to wear next spring? What do you think will be the new thing?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I think that song is that's one of those songs where it's like, if I was a teacher and this came across my desk, it's like, I would want to take off points just because, but I can't. Because this is a perfect, they set the objective and that's exactly what the song is.
It's so silly and it's so like, I don't know. It's just like when you listen to that song and you're like walking on the street, it's like,
just ask your gay. What?
Yeah. Sorry. No, but yeah, that was good. That was good. But I was gonna say, I'm skinny, I'm rich,
I'm a little bit about.
But yeah. Oh
yeah.
Oh, are we not allowed to say swear?
I don't know.
Sorry if we're not SpiritLive people.
I mean, it is better to ask for forgiveness, but don't shake your head at me out there.
Asking for forgiveness, that brings us to like our another song, "Dope."
Yeah.
Which is like a power ballad. We don't have time to talk about it, but it's a great song. Go listen to it. It's like that one's really interesting because it's like you have all these techno songs and then you have like a raw power ballad where she's just like almost like groaning, right?
Yeah.
I feel like her vocals on this album are just so interesting.
Yeah. I think that it's exactly what it requires of it. Like to do like certain anger's inflections. It's just I love it. I just feel like there isn't a single thing that I wish was done differently when it comes to how she performs this record. Because it's such an angry, angsty, you believe everything she says. When she's talking about horny, and you believe it. When she's talking about empowered, you believe it. When she's talking about angry, you believe it. So absolutely.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I feel like in the past two albums, yes, of course, there's power vocals, right? Like she's proven that a girl can sing, right? But I feel like in this album, she really starts to like experiment with like showing like her raw like belt, which we get to see a lot more in Joanne, of course.
Yeah.
And I think there's also one other song where she does this Gypsy. I feel like Gypsy's a bit out of place. In the rest of the album, like what do you think Gypsy means very quickly, because then we have to play our cover,
because I need to hear it. This will be my quickest thing. Gypsy is, I know where you haven't got to it, and we'll get to that in week 7, I believe. This is the Blade of Grass on the album. On Mayhem, there's Blade of Grass where it's like, this doesn't really fit, but it's just where it's where she was going. It's all this pain and agony and things that you go through, and then by the end you're like, you know what, I don't belong anywhere. I'm all around the world. And that's just where she was at the end of this record. And that's where we leave her. And it's a beautiful place to leave her.
Yeah. And I agree with that. I feel like that's so interesting. Like she's just sort of like showing us this other side of like maybe like a more wholesome side of like where she's just like touring and traveling and meeting all of these fans. But I think also like she's basically saying like, I'm a gypsy. I'm a traveler. I can be anything. I can mold myself to any place, right? And I think that's very much in line with the themes that we were talking about in Art Pop. It's a beautiful song. It's also a beautiful song when covered slow. She's done some like purely piano versions of it, and it's just like so incredible. It's also a little controversial just because, Gypsy is not always the best. It's not really like a.
It's not highly revered. Oh yes, it says. Oh yes.
Yeah, it's sort of like a.
It's kind of fallen
a
out of
slang.
fashion.
Yeah, people don't say that word.
Yeah.
So for my cover, which we're going to play right now, if you can get that ready just by refreshing the YouTube page. My cover, I do try and minimize how many times I say it. I mean, obviously I couldn't remove the word completely because, you know, it's the title of the song.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to play that for you right now. Okay, go for it. Sometimes a story has no end. Sometimes I think that we could just be friends. 'Cause I'm a wandering man, he said to me. And what about our future plans? Does this thing we have even make sense? 'Cause I got the whole world in front of me. So I said, I don't wanna be alone forever, but I can't be denied. I don't wanna be alone forever, but I love gypsy life. I don't wanna be alone forever. Maybe we could see the world together. I don't wanna be alone forever, but I can be tonight. So I just packed my baggage and said goodbye to my family and friends, and took a road to nowhere on my own. Like Dorothy on a yellow brick, hope my ruby shoes get us there quick. 'Cause I left everyone I love at home, and I don't wanna be alone forever, but I can't be denied. I don't wanna be alone forever, but I love gypsy life. I don't wanna be alone forever. Maybe we could see the world together. I don't wanna be alone forever, but I can't be denied. Tonight. And then he asked me, he said, baby, why do we love each other? I said, honey, it's simple, it's the way that you love and treat your mother. Thought that I would be alone forever, but I won't be denied. I'm a man without a home, but I think with you I could spend my life. And you'll be my little gypsy princess. Pack your bags and we can chase the sunset. Bust the rear view and fire up the jets. 'Cause it's you and me, baby, for life. If you'll go with me for life. See the world with me. 'Cause I'm a Russia, UK, Parasite, Italian, Asian combined, Africa, India, I'm a Latin American, I don't speak German but I try, someday in Jakarta I'm American, I'm a Bangkok, Australia, Malaysia, Sweden, Finland, Norway, be my home just for the day. I'm a gypsy, gypsy, gypsy. Hey. And that was my cover of Gypsy with, of course, Molly Bintz on the keys and background vocals. Definitely a beautiful song. A very different recording from like how the actual track is. The track is very techno. But we have to close up today. We're already a bit over time. Sorry to the next podcast, the next radio show. ARTPOP. Was it a failure? Was it a flop? Obviously not. It's such a rich album. So many amazing things that we talked about in this episode. It was just ahead of its time.
It's like my friend says, sometimes a flop, never a failure.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sometimes you lose the battle, but you win the war. Because at the end of the day, people will look back and say that they were wrong. So, Gaga, I hope that there's satisfaction in that. And I know that this era hurt for her, but I hope that she can appreciate that now the fans are seeing it for what it is.
And we see you, Gaga, if you're listening, which you're not, but one day maybe. And we love you. And thank you for sharing your art with us. I give it an 8 out of 10, my little monster meter. Just because there are some songs I haven't fully gotten into yet, and they're also just albums I love more. But that's our show for the week. Thank you to everyone on my team who helped me record my cover. Thank you to Mustafa. Thank you. You were such an amazing guest. I'm so happy that you were able to join us today. Oh yeah, and shout out Baby Bopper on SpiritLive Mondays 3 to 4.
Yes. Tune in,
guys, and tune in next week with us for Little Monster Radio. We will be talking about Gaga's 4th album, Joanne. Thank you very much, and see you next week.
Can't be stolen. Everybody knows me now.